My name is Chris Wildeboer and my business is Balance Central. So I work with people who have found themselves stuck in a rut. They really want to be doing something different and they've chosen that difference, but they feel like they keep defaulting back into old patterns. And those old patterns sit in their unconscious. So our whole system is like a house. It has many rooms. It has junk rooms, it has living rooms, it has the bedroom, it has a laundry where we have to really wash everything up. Different items can sit in different rooms at different times in our life. We may not remember that we left that old shirt in the laundry. And we're always looking in the cupboard in our bedroom for that old shirt and it's not there. And we wonder when we go looking down in our memories for that thing, we can't find it because we're not looking in the right room. Because not one house looks the same. And even if it is exactly designed the same, and it has 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms and 4 living areas, everybody puts their own different furniture in there. Everybody puts their own experiences and just different life goes in there and different number of people live in that house and that's all about people we've invited in. I open up the entire house so that we can see where that item is actually living and we can find it. And once we've found it, we can move on. The common response for when people first walk into this room is, oh, it feels so nice. And then they go, it feels neutral. And that's ideal. I deliberately create the most physical comfort I can so that we can unconsciously get as uncomfortable as possible. Every dragonfly that is in this room has been gifted to Balance Central. And the dragonfly is all about being still enough to hear the message. The dragonfly became a part of the business card. It's become part of my logo. It is now a registered trademark. That dragonfly is so perfectly represented through Balance Central. Dragonflies are not my thing. They are Balance Central's thing. And I just love the idea of that being still enough to hear the message because that's ultimately what I have to achieve so that I can help. I'm all about awareness, but of ourselves. That's primary. And we have to take note of ourselves. We have to do a tiny little bit of reflection to understand what we are now aware of. By doing that check-in, that gives people a greater conscious awareness. And that is a tagline that I created way back in the beginning because what I was doing, I was gaining a greater conscious awareness about me. So when someone walks in this door, they come and sit on the very comfy blue couch and I ask them one simple question. What is it that they'd like to have more balance in their life? So you could well imagine that question has many, 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 many answers. And the really important thing about that question is that the answer doesn't matter. Somebody comes in, asks them what they'd like, and they go, oh, would have just been nice to get here with ease. Excellent. So then let's work on ease because whatever it is will be representative of a number of other aspects in someone's life. Clients who have worked with me for a long time know that what they do is they come in and they just start telling me about their week. And what happens is that I can hear the pattern of what's going on for them in a week. Then I go, oh, what about that? And they go, that's it, I didn't know how to say it. So between them and me, we get a conversation going and I'm already listening for the undercurrent because I've got inside their thought processes and found what they didn't know they were saying. So I write that down on a piece of paper in front of me and we begin. We open up their energy system. I do that by literally touching access points on them. That's as physical as this work is. The reason I need to do that on the physical body if someone is here is that it gives us a much greater direct permission to the system to say, yes, that's what I want to do. So those points that I touch are opening up different aspects of our energy system.
I can also complete this process remotely, which allows people to get on with their life and still receive all the energy goodness of an in-house session.
I'm also going to be dealing with their past self and their future self and their present self and their all these other elements, their ego and their personal power and inner child and parent gene and all this stuff, because I have to treat them as a whole, but they're ready to be treated as a whole. So someone can have been impacted by something quite traumatic. I can't change the trauma, but I can change the meaning of the trauma by simply identifying what's holding that trauma, what's holding that trauma, what's holding that trauma. When we do that to something, it suddenly has room to move. It has room to flow. Now, does that mean that that thing doesn't exist anymore? No, because it's still part of our experience, but it's not held. And then suddenly it's changing its meaning itself. But that can take a different period of time for different people. And if I just give them that capacity to have flexibility to choose it, that's enough. So my family consists of a lovely husband and a gorgeous daughter whose name is Angel. My family is highly supportive of who I am. I think that's really what it's about. I am in my most happiest, contented space when I get to do the balance process with someone. I will not have a day where I don't do that process. So I think that's what my happiness is this absolute love for what this process brings for people. And I make sure that I bring it to me and gift it to me every day, because then my happiness level increases. Glass door is quite heavy because it's soundproofed. It's something about opening that door. When I open it, there's an energy that I feel when I walk over that doorway that doesn't feel like any other part of my life. So I often will open the door and go, hello, Balance Central. It's like I get to just walk into this space that is all mine. I created it from nothing. I get to walk into something that I completely own on a real fundamental feeling level. And that's what I love to do every day. I walk into this room, I get that feeling, and then I get to just sit in it. That's my favourite thing about this room.
So I love to work with clients by tailoring to them. I do that through workshops, through single sessions, through clarity sessions, through programs. What I find that clients love the most is the two programs I offer, Self-Nourishment and Unlock Your Power. And they are the most valuable because they are specifically tailored to the individual.
I came across B1G1 about 5 years ago. B1G1 created an opportunity for micro business owners to give to projects to make a difference in the world. So for me, being recognised with an overall impact nomination was pretty significant because I actually impacted 1.6 million people. Hello, who gets to do that in their life?
And I got to do that. And I continue to do that every single month.
Yes, it's impactful, but the significance about Bali and about this award is so ongoing, and my clients are part of that. So every time somebody purchases something from me, I don't get to just give them my service, but we're giving outside of ourselves. So there's this amazing cycle of giving and receiving that is constantly happening in every transaction that I create in Balance Central.